Hi, it's Mr. Burden, and the purpose of this video is to go over two things. One is how to access and also interact with your e-textbook for this class, and then also how to complete and submit and use your literacy learning log. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to access the textbook. What you want to do is you just want to go to the Cengage link that hopefully you have bookmarked by now. You got that link emailed to you from Ms. Castillo. And then once you are logged in, I'm logged in as a student right now, there's two different ways that you can access your e-textbook. One is once you log in, you see this screen, you can see eBook right here. So go ahead and you can click open. And I'm going to go ahead and accept. All right. I'm going to skip the tour because I'm giving you one. You can go ahead and go into chapter 1 right here. So go ahead and click it. And you can see how it's organized. It's organized by the different objectives. So if we go into if you looked at your assigned reading, like for instance, what to do in week 3, objective 1-3 and objective 1-4, what that is going to be this right here, 1-3, 1-4. So these are is how I'm going to let you know what you need to read. And so let's go ahead and just give this a try. Click the accounting equation. So here's your textbook. So you can go ahead, you can read through it. When you want to go from one page to another, you just like you would turn a page in an actual book, you just use these arrows to go back and forth. One thing that I wanted to show you that is pretty neat is one of the things that I think really helps us help with this reading and it's sticking in your long-term memory is to go ahead and annotate and take notes in your e-textbook. So all you need to do to be able to do that is, let's say you wanted to highlight these examples of assets. All you would need to do is click and drag, and you can go to highlight text. You could also add a note, maybe a thought you had. Why is cash an asset? Okay, well, whatever it is, I just mainly want to show you how you can do that. And what's neat about it is I'm going to go ahead and click out of here. It saves. So I'll show you the other way to get access to your ebook, and I'll show you how it's saved. So you go ahead and you can just click into the eAchieve Accounting, which is where your assignments are. And you can see all your assignments are listed right here, and they match up with what is going to be listed in your weekly folder, but you can't quite see it yet because, and I'll explain that in a second here. But to access the e-textbook, you could also go into Study Tools, click on your ebook this way, and you can see it picks off right where we left off. So it goes right to the exact page that where we were before. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this highlight here. And it's not going as smoothly as I want. I'll try this first. Delete note. And I want to remove the highlight. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's gone. Once I deleted the note, it was gone. So chapter contents. So you can go, and this is how you can go back and forth and things along those lines. So that's how you access your ebook. Now back to the literacy learning log. So one of the things that you're going to do either while you're doing your assigned reading or after it, it's up to you, is I want you to do this weekly this literacy learning log or reading learning log, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go ahead. So I changed this process a little bit from week 2, so I just wanted to go over that with you. First thing, I'm going to go ahead and click here. So this is what you're going to go ahead and do each week for the literacy learning log is so I was just in week 3, so you scroll down to week 3, chapter 1, objectives 3 and 4. You only need to respond to one of these prompts. I like to keep it pretty open-ended, give you some options to how you want to attack this. But one option, so describe the three main ideas from this week's reading, explain three ideas you understand the best from this week's reading, or describe three ideas from this week's reading related to what you already have learned. So then what you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and respond right here. Respond here, okay? And you'd go ahead and write those three things. The second prompt is you just need to pick one of these two. So what questions do you still have about what you learned, and what are some concepts you want to learn more about? So you'll see a note that I have in week 3 that I say that this link is, an updated version. Here's how it's updated is I essentially just added this question right here because a student said to me, they said, well, what if I don't have any questions? Well, I don't want to like force it in here or anything along those lines. So it's fine if you don't have any questions. Just write a couple concepts that you want to learn more about. So you want to do this either during or after your reading. Really the main purpose of it is because it forces you to think critically about what you just wrote, and if you create some sort of output, like in this case you're writing things down and writing a few ideas, it's much more likely to stay in your long-term memory. Plus, I want this to come in handy for our e-sessions, because what you ideally are going to do is read your textbook and also complete this learning log before each time we meet for our e-session. Whether you're watching the recording or the live e-session, you should complete the reading and this literacy learning log first. Reason being is because, one, my e-sessions are really built to complement the text, not replace the text. So I'm really going to build off that and hopefully explain things in a little different way. And two, if you come to the live e-sessions, you can ask your questions right in the e-session. I had a student do that today when we met, and that was awesome. That's like exactly how I want you to go ahead and do it. And then when you are done with your literacy learning log, I just wanted to mention too, just make sure it's saved in your course folder that we created in week 1 in your Google Drive. So you would click here. My drive looks different than your drive, but you could just go in and just make sure it's in the proper folder, that shared folder that you created. So then when you submit your doc link, which I'll show you how to do in a second, I'll have the proper settings all set. So done with that. I'm guessing this part probably won't take you more than 5 to 10 minutes each time. Then what you want to do is I created this one question quiz. So this is an adaptive release. What you do is you would go in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and read this word for word. Only complete this after you finish your weekly literacy learning log for this week. This is a short one question quiz that's an adaptive release. This means you must complete this before the formative Cengage assessment will appear in this week's folder. Once you have successfully completed the quiz, please complete and submit this week's formative Cengage assessment. You will submit the link. You will submit the link to your completed learning log when you submit this week's formative Cengage assessment. So essentially, the way I have it set up is you go in here, you take the one question quiz. I have completed the assigned reading and learning log for this week. I will submit the doc link to my completed learning log when I submit this week's formative Cengage assessment. You would hit true, click save and submit, and then if you were to do that, what's going to appear is this. Okay, this will not appear until you've done that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go onto Cengage, go into your assignments, finish that week's work. In this case, I'm in week 3. Okay, so you want to finish that week 3 work. Then when you're done, you're going to go here, and you can see I have the instructions right here, is you're going to go in here, go to the right submission box, type ready to grade, press enter, copy and paste the link to your weekly literacy learning log. And again, this is a doc that you'll just use throughout the semester. So it's just a link to that doc. Click it, scroll down, hit submit. Now what this does on my end is, one, I'll have the link to your literacy learning log. So I'm going to go ahead and read what you wrote and give you some feedback on that. By writing ready to grade, that lets me know that I should go on to Cengage and check out your assignment and see how you did. Because when you complete things on the Cengage website, I don't get a notification when you complete it. So by writing that by putting that ready to grade, and that Google Doc link, and then when you press submit, your assignment will get flagged, as far as on my perspective, that it needs grading. So I'll go in, I'll grade it, and then you'll be good to go. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.